Wet food is more costly and more challenging to use, but it can help cats with lower urinary tract disease, constipation, and obesity. Dry food is an effective way to give calories to thin cats with limited food volume, and it allows for the use of food puzzles and toy dispensers. But which one is better for your feline companion? Hello there! Paw Supply is here to help, your pet's online veterinarian. Subscribe to the channel and switch on the notification feature to be alerted on new uploads. Let's get started. You will find various cat foods in any pet store or supermarket. Wet, dry, or a combination of wet and dry, there's a lot to choose from. If you feed your cat too little or the wrong kind of food, he will become ill. If you feed him too much, he will become obese. It can be a labor of love to find the right food fit for your cat. It's easy to get overwhelmed when there are so many choices, diets, and philosophies to choose from. However, you can help your cat get off to a good start by choosing a food that is high in the nutrients and vitamins they need. Cat food is divided into many categories based on their needs, life stage, sensitivities, and lifestyle. Let's define each of these to assist you in getting ready. Nutritional adequacy or needs. Complete foods, with the exception of water, provide your cat with all the nutrients it requires and are intended to be the mainstay of your cat's diets. Complementary foods are usually treats that are nutritionally deficient. They can account for no more than 10% of your cat's total diet. Life stage. Growing kittens need more protein and calories, while neutered or indoor cats need fewer calories, and phosphorus levels are decreased in senior cat diets to help support aging kidneys. To sustain the development of kittens, they need more food per pound of body weight than adult cats and should be fed more frequently during the day. In most cases, until the cat reaches adulthood, around 1 year, feeding once or twice a day is appropriate. Senior cats, those aged 7 and up, should stick to the same feeding schedule. Sensitivities. Some diets can also be tailored to meet particular needs. For example, psyllium fiber can be added to help prevent hairball development, and fatty acids can be added to improve skin and coat quality. If your cat has a health condition like diabetes, you will need to feed him according to when he is given insulin, depending on the form. If your cat has hyperthyroidism, he can feel compelled to eat constantly. When a cat reaches adulthood, his teeth may deteriorate or develop gum disease, making it difficult for him to chew dry food. Oh my goodness, when it comes to selecting the best food for your pet, there are several factors to consider. Send this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more tips and guidance on being the best fur parent. Let's talk about wet, dry, and a mix of the two types of cat food now. Wet versus dry. Wet cat food. Cats originated in arid environments, and instead of drinking more water, they concentrate their urine in response to low moisture foods. The moisture content of typical cat prey is more significant than 60%, and it has been proposed that feeding wet food rather than drinking water is a better way to provide water to cats. Dehydration in cats has been linked to several illnesses, including kidney failure. Wet foods are especially beneficial in the following situations. Urinary health. Eating wet food causes urine to be more dilute, leading to a lower concentration of inflammatory components in the bladder. Weight loss. Since water does not contain calories, wet food has a lower energy density than dry food. As a result, wet food is more filling and can aid in weight loss or weight prevention. Constipation. Dehydration is a risk factor for constipation, so eating wet food will help. It's also a joint recommendation to feed canned food to cats that have this issue. Dry cat food. As a form of environmental enrichment and mental stimulation, dry food is easier to use with food dispenser toys. The key advantages of dry food are its simplicity, comfort, and low cost. Dry food is fed to millions of cats worldwide, and they will live long and safe lives. Free feeding is possible with dry food, and the food can be left out for long periods. Some cats tend to graze their food during the day rather than at set mealtimes, which is the most common feeding method when using wet food. Some dry diets can help with dental health by decreasing tartar formation or slowing plaque accumulation, which the latter accomplish primarily by the mechanical scraping of the teeth. The energy level of dry food is higher than that of wet food. This can be a concern in cats that are unable to self-regulate their energy consumption. The incidence of obesity or overweight in cats suggests that many cats are unable to do so. On the other hand, dry food can provide energy and nutrients in concentrated, limited amount, maximizing the nutritional supply in cats that are thin or have a picky appetite, which occurs in some stable cats, but is also associated with the disease. It's critical to encourage water intake in cats who eat dry or mostly dry food, mainly to avoid urinary problems. A steady supply of new, clean water should be available at all times. The following factors can also influence water intake. Water bowls should be kept apart from food and litter boxes. Pick a quiet location where your cat will not be bothered when drinking. Ceramic or steel water bowls seem to be preferred by cats, as plastic can leave an aftertaste in the water. Since some cats prefer their whiskers not to touch the container, use a large, flat cup. Multiple drinking stations. Multiple drinking stations will aid in promoting water consumption and are recommended in multi-cat households to ensure that this resource is not limited due to conflict. Water fountains. Since particular cats enjoy running water, water fountains are an excellent choice. These should be cleaned regularly, and the filters should be adjusted as directed by the manufacturer. A mixture of wet and dry food. There are benefits to feeding your cat a mix of wet and dry food, meaning that your feline gets the most out of all meal plans. Dry food is simple to prepare, mainly if your cat is a nibbler who visits her food bowl at frequent intervals during the day. Kibble also has a cleaning action on the teeth, which aids in the prevention of tartar accumulation and good oral hygiene. Moisture is vital for optimal nutritional health, so wet food recipes include it. Many cats don't get enough water. If you need to hide medicine that she can refuse to swallow, wet food is ideal. Wet food is easier to chew and digest for cats when they get older and may have dental problems. We are wrapping up. Both dry and wet food has advantages and disadvantages. If you eat dry or canned food, it's essential to feed a well-balanced commercial diet to ensure that your cat receives all of the vitamins and minerals he or she needs. Several well-known products have been quality tested and specifically developed to suit the dietary needs of cats. Based on your cat's medical history, your veterinarian will make more detailed recommendations. Feeding a home-cooked or homemade diet is not recommended unless it has been specifically prepared by a veterinarian specializing in these types of diets. These diets may be deficient in vitamins and minerals, such as taurine, which can exacerbate heart failure in cats if you don't have assistance from a competent veterinarian. Your cat's best cat food will be tailored to their lifestyle and dietary requirements. Your veterinarian can recommend a special diet for your cat if he or she has a medical condition. You do not have a say about the kind of diet you feed your cat at the end of the day. On a combination diet, a cat will always consume wet food first. If you're concerned about ants or the food perishing from standing, serve it first thing in the morning or at a time when you can track the meal and pick up the dish as soon as she's licked it clean. Then leave the dry food out for occasional nibbling. Some cats are very picky and will only consume dry or wet food. And if your cat is on a combination diet, make sure there is plenty of fresh waters available because it is essential for his overall health. For a reward or food, what would your cat do? Now is the time to tell that amusing tale. Let us know in the comment section below. To be informed of new uploads, subscribe and press the notification bell. Have a furry day from Paw Supply, your online veterinarian.